What's up? Episode 1 of this show.
Name it later.
We'll name it later. Joe Budden's podcast was.
I'll name this podcast
Yeah,
later.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like I'll name this podcast later for a long time, and then like they really went really creative and named it the Joe Budden podcast.
Dude, what's up? Is there even a Joe Budden podcast anymore? You had like a hot, 2 years?
I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't listen anymore. That's for
Yeah, I
sure.
don't either.
I used.
I don't listen to idiots hardly anymore either, dude, or flagrant.
Oh, what pushed you away from the Brilliant Idiots?
Dude, it's a mixture. But same thing that pushed me from flagrant is Andrew, dude.
Yeah.
God, since he got paid, dude, he is so hard to even watch. Flagrant is just him, and then all the other his little group just laughing at everything that's not even funny that he says, and then his like obnoxious fake laugh he does all the time.
Yeah,
and that's kind of the same thing that kind of ruined me on. Really, it's just political years. Any political years kills me with the Brilliant Idiots, dude.
Yeah,
because Charlemagne goes hard, dude.
He does, and he's so wrong, man.
Yeah,
like I don't.
I'm
know.
so torn on that. I'm so torn on Charlemagne because on one hand, I feel like he's one of the realest. Like he'll keep it real even in situations like. But then, like on the same side, he's always saying stuff like, "Dude, you're on the payroll."
Yeah,
like,
dude,
I don't get it. I can't read them.
That's my thing, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, and this is just personally, anecdotally. I feel like he's just, that's the most sellout thing you could do at that point, because it's like the problem to me is because he's so adamant about being for the people, and it's like, dude, you are literally lying to your demographic of people that you're talking about, and not all the time. And I'm not saying he's doing it with malicious intent. It's just like, dude, why are you saying this? Because, and then the way that he just kind of like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm bad about it too with some stuff, but then he just turns back into a fence rider like immediately. Like,
right.
I mean, it was the reason the switch turned on when Kamala Harris first became, and referring to the political year, you know, like you were saying, when Kamala Harris took over for the Democratic Party as far as their candidate, cooked. Charlemagne, that is.
Right.
And it was unfortunate because it's like, hold on, like it was like a switch turned on, you know, like you were saying about being on payroll. And politics aren't everything. To your point, I like Charlemagne. I like that show. That podcast was like my second favorite podcast to listen to.
Yeah.
And then that, and a perfect mixture of kind of Schultz being a little bit more famous.
Man, I don't know. I am the guy that's like, I find not as known people in music too, and I like them. And as soon as they're bigger, for some reason, I just stop liking them.
Yeah.
But it's really not that with Andrew, dude. He's really gotten kind of insufferable.
Yeah. I guess there's a lot of room for him to change as a person, because I mean, he did get married, have a kid, and get stupid ass famous in like a course of like 3 years.
But you would think when that happens at damn near 40. Well, here's the problem, dude. Like, he was raised in Manhattan and shit already. Like, he already, he ain't come from poverty.
Yeah,
we all know, bro. You can't be a good person unless you come from poverty.
That's true.
That's just facts, dude. That's fact.
You might start out all right, but you'll just get worse.
Yeah, right. When you're raised rich and wealthy, you're your best as a child. You get worse as you get older.
Yeah, you have.
And then it's the opposite in poverty. Yeah, the older you get, the better you
get. Fuck you, Andrew Schultz. You know who else let me down? You know who really let me down?
Who's that?
Bo Nickel.
Bruh. I don't. You seen it? I'm assuming you watched it. Dude, how you get he got knocked out from a body shot.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of, he was getting rocked before then with that body shot, but that whole flurry of hits, he was just eating them. He was out of the fight already.
Yeah. He
was just standing there eating them.
He did not have the ability to keep old boy. I can't pronounce his name.
I can't either.
He didn't have the ability to keep him from moving forward. And honestly, that guy is his stats just went up in my book because he just mowed down Bo Nickel.
Yeah, he's a contender for
Yeah,
sure. I didn't see it. I didn't. I thought Bo Nickel was about to. I don't know. He's not that guy.
he definitely isn't that guy yet. I'm not going to be the person to say that he's totally fried because I mean, literally, they talk about Bo Nickel. I'm not gonna lie though, they coddle him for sure. But
They
like,
tried. They tried putting him on the. They tried giving him. The. Let's see who's a good example of. Oh, what's the little young one? Raw. What is the little young guy?
kind of got the lip.
Raw. Yeah, the goofy looking one. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
seems seems like a nice
I
fella,
can't
but
think
he
of
looks
his name.
goofy.
Yeah, Roses. I think it's Roses.
Rose S. Jr. or something
Yeah,
like that.
something like that. Yeah, dude, they're trying to push him so hard,
Yeah,
so to be that they're trying to give him the special treatment, dude. But he's just another born fighter, is what he's going to be.
yeah.
Just another born fighter.
I'll tell you what I don't want to see. I don't personally want to see any nut hugging at the top. That gets really boring. But like,
Right.
if Bo Nickel would have kept climbing, we would have eventually got the Chimaev versus Bo Nickel fight for the belt.
The Boar Fest.
I mean, do you remember when uh Chimaev fought Gilbert Burns? They fought for 3 rounds and went the it went the distance.
Right.
Chima- Chimaev won, but like Chimaev, that was the first time out of the whole time he had been fighting that he like looked like a human.
Right.
Like he looked like he had been beaten and battered. But I
Yeah.
mean, Gilbert.
They also tried saying he was coming off an illness. I think that was the fight. They're saying he was coming off that illness. Like they thought he was going to die. And then he said it was COVID. Then
Yeah,
they said it was cancer. And then they said, "Oh, my doctors got it wrong. They don't know what they're talking about. It's not even cancer. It's nothing. I'm good. Let's fight."
yeah, yeah.
Just like that.
Well, I hate whenever, and there's a lot of fighters that won't say that about that they were sick or that there was something wrong until like way later. But
Right.
my least favorite thing in the world is like, of course, when someone loses, if they say that they had a bad camp, it's kind of like, sure, like whatever. But when somebody wins and they're like, yeah, we won. I had food poisoning yesterday, or
Bro, what? Straight up, you
I
lying.
was fighting with a broken ankle.
Come on, bro.
Used to that would make me be like, yo, dude, like that's crazy. You put on that
That's the
performance.
Jordan flu game, bro.
Oh yeah,
It's the same
exactly.
thing. He won
Yeah,
that game,
yeah,
but we got to hear forever how he played that game with the flu.
yeah. Forever.
Forever.
Yeah,
Like
and
you can't win the game no more.
yeah,
Then you won it. You've won.
you better get out there and pull out one of your testicles during halftime.
It does seem like every big fight now is always, it never fails that um the loser or whatever, there was an issue. Oh, I had I think they have something in the cut already that they plan out to where, if we lose, we're gonna drop it. Like actually I broke my toe in training.
Yeah, look at this
Uh
video. This is the
it
video of
happens
it.
every time now. Every big fight that they're gonna want to run back, they do that. Oh man, he did, he beat me, yeah, but
Yeah,
I had broke my toe in training camp and didn't tell nobody. And
yeah,
right, they'll have a video from before to back it up that they didn't drop though until
yeah.
after. I'm telling you, they're shooting that shit before, just in
Hey,
case. You know what I'm saying?
dude, we got that with one of our favorite fighters, and we got zero resolution.
What we talking about?
Conor McGregor and
Oh yeah,
his leg injury, and your wife is in the DMs,
he ain't never
and
coming back,
and
bro.
we'll never hear the end of that.
He's never coming back.
He's
Let's see
not.
what's next. UFC 15. Who we got? That's when is that? That's this Saturday? Yeah, May 10th. Oh, Bilal. Another
Yeah,
bull fest.
yeah. No
I hope
one
he
cares.
loses.
I don't even care about the dude that's fighting him.
What is it?
And
Madalena? I don't
yeah,
even Madalena?
yeah, he seems like an all right dude. He just got
Shevchenko. Valentina Shevchenko would be a better fight than the main.
probably who's she, and she's fighting. Who's she fighting? Does it say?
Furiot. I don't know how to say that chick's
Yeah,
last name. Then
man,
Aldo's fighting.
Jose.
Yep. He is still out here doing it, bro. 32-9, baby.
I'm with it. I hope he's not just doing it for a paycheck, but I'm with it.
Fighting Sabi.
That's dude. Every time I see Bilal Muhammad, I'm like, hey man, good for you that you won the belt.
Gilbert
But
Burns was fighting. He's camping.
outside of the fact that Bilal Muhammad won the belt, I could not care less about anything about what he does.
Dude, he
Everything he
is
does is so
so
cringy.
the only thing that about him positive I had that I feel from him at all is I like to see people that been grinding a long time to get the belt.
Right? Sure.
Like I like to see him get it, but it's been long enough, bro. Somebody knock this fool out and get this belt, get the strap back, bro.
Yeah.
This dude does not deserve it.
Yeah. Seriously.
Oh my god.
I just man. And quiet as kept. I'm
You
sure
didn't
he.
hear him, bro. He said he ain't gonna shoot one time this fight coming up too, and he's gonna show you what real heavy hands are.
I hope he's lying.
He's
I hope he gets choked
that's a
out.
setup, bro. That's got to be a setup. He says he ain't gonna shoot one time.
That guy, well, the guy that he's fighting is wrestle heavy. So, and Bilal Muhammad is wrestle heavy. So, like,
Yeah.
Bilal's just trying to throw him off because he probably thinks he's got better, he probably does have better hands than the dude he's fighting. So, he probably wants that guy to stand and bang with him. And because he thinks he can, probably has a better chance. He probably thinks he can win either way. And he might can because I have not seen very many fights with the other homeboy.
Or do you're putting it in your opponent's head like, yo, I'm not shooting none. So he's like, well, we need to focus on training for blah blah blah. We're spending a lot of time on defending takedowns. He ain't gonna do it. I'm not saying that they'd be this dumb to quit training for takedowns, but you make them think, dude, I'm for sure I'm not taking you down. And the first thing he does is shoot.
Yeah, there is a 50-50 chance that the guy that's talking the shit about throwing hands is telling the truth. I mean, that's the thing. Like, it can only. I mean, I'm sure there's a million and one techniques, but from 30,000 foot up, there can
Right.
only be like two options here. Do I need to be preparing with my hands, or are we about to go in there for 25 minutes and nut hug the whole time?
Well, I hope this is I'm not even gonna lie. Don't know much about this guy. He's 17-2, but I hope he's the one to do it, bro. Because the sooner it happens, the better. Knock this dude out. Get the strap.
And then who comes afterwards? Colby
Right,
Covington?
because
Colby Covington.
No, hell no, dude. I hope we've seen the last of Colby.
I hope so too. He needs to go ahead and join.
Well, let's see.
WWE.
Who's in the? I mean, look, who's in the welterweight? Who's the next guy in the welterweight? Then?
All right, I'll go ahead and
To take it from him. Welterweight in the UFC, we got. Well, Khalil's at the top, unfortunately.
and that's just so hard to look at.
All right, we got all of them right here.
Not because of his ethnicity or anything like that. I'm just saying it's because it's him.
Oh yeah, that's totally what I meant. Also,
I just wanted the crowd to know.
okay, let's see. The number one contender is Sean Brady.
Oh, Shavkat what? Who did Sean Brady just beat? Oh, he beat Leon Edwards. I forgot.
Shav might beat Gary.
Gary just lost too.
Dude, I'm so glad. I've never been so happy to see you.
Yeah.
Dude, what a cuck. I'm so glad he lost.
I'm very happy to see that he damn, who was it he lost to?
I don't even remember, dude. I'm just glad he lost. I remember watching him lose.
Oh my god.
Number 4 is Kamar Usman still, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's them trying to show him homage. But like I'm pretty sure his last two fights were at
Leon's 3.
middleweight.
Yeah, dude. This I hate to say it, bro, but this weight class is kind of this weight class kind of boring, bro.
Man, honestly, Darren Till and Darren Till. I want to say, yeah, Darren.
It's been boring since Usman, because Edwards was born to me too, dude. Since Usman lost his strap, it's boring.
Oh, 100%. That's what I was going to say just a second ago. Quiet as kept. Leon probably did a couple of parades in the UK with that belt, which is all fine and dandy. But he was a terrible, dude. You vanished. And I mean, John Jones does the same thing most of the time, but let's be honest, John Jones is John Jones. Leon Edwards, come on, buddy.
Right.
Like, who you fighting? And then he fought fucking Colby, which was great. He beat Colby. And we always forget about that, but he did beat Colby, who did not deserve that fight for the belt in the first fucking place against Leon. But neither did George Masvidal, and that was who I was wanting him to fight. So,
All right, you're ranking. I'm looking at all these weight classes, and he's at the top of them.
yeah, I got it right here too.
Pound for pound, bro. Out of just all the weight classes, most dominant in their own weight class, I guess. Or I guess you could say pound. That would be pound for pound then. Same thing.
Pound for pound is everybody.
I mean, I know, Islam is who they got, but do you agree with that?
I mean, what is him or John Jones?
What about Alex?
Alex who?
No, Alex who, bro?
Alex Volk?
No, Alex Pierre.
He just lost.
I know, man, but I feel
you, but he did lose.
I'm sitting here looking at Islam, bro, and I still feel like Alex is getting that fight right back immediately. I'm gonna bet in the house on him.
Man, hey, I would too, but I think that this other guy, this MAGA, this is the thing, okay?
I don't know, dude, these guys' names.
My problem is twofold. For one, if they come from over there, you already know what the business is. Two, unrelated to that, a star only shines so bright for so long. And people, they're like candles, man. Like, that's the one thing I've noticed with the UFC fighters. They're like candles, and you don't want it to run out, but the wick is gone, bro. Like, I'm not saying that's the case with Alex Pereira.
Well, he's old from the jump. He's old from the jump.
Absolutely, totally fine. You know,
he was so dominant. I'm talking about dominant in their weight class. It's just so hard to make the argument when he just lost. But this dude he lost to is
he had hands too, bro. Like he was actually swinging and banging.
I don't like this guy. That's what it is, bro. I don't like this guy, but we're gonna see.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I
don't even know who he's. Let me see. Who's he even fighting next? They probably don't even know yet.
These.
They're gonna run Alex right back. I was wondering if they had a date. I'm sure it's gonna be him. Oh yeah. Oh no, that was the last fight. Yeah, I don't have nothing for the new one. I'm sure that'll be the next fight.
Sean Brady's a sleeper, dude. I didn't realize that he was the number one contender at welterweight. I thought Shavkat was, but I forgot that Shavkat, I guess he got sick during his last fight, so he didn't actually fight.
Dude, he made Edwards look like a shell of himself.
Yeah.
In that fight, dude. They are saying, I think Edwards, if I remember right, he fought pretty quick. A pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah.
I think that's what I read, like him blaming it on afterwards, just a quick turnaround. He's gonna start putting bigger gaps. He start putting bigger gaps in between fights.
Yeah.
I don't know how a lot of the fighters is starting to say that. I think it's just an excuse to not be as active, bro.
I was about to say
Chuck Liddell was fighting every weekend, cuz
I'm looking through all of these different, all these different weight classes and watching the names that we value a whole lot and have valued over the years a whole lot kind of start going down in the rankings. And that's kind of going back to they're like candles, you know what I'm saying? Like after you watch so many of, and like Sugar Sean, like I'm just being honest, Sugar Sean's going to lightweight soon. There's no way he's staying at bantamweight. He's never going to be. He's never.
Here's the problem, though, bro. They've always been
featherweight,
kind of seamless, like transition from like when them flames are going out.
Yeah,
some guys on deck, dude. I don't see no guys on deck really.
Yeah,
I'm looking. All the best guys are some of your vets, dude. I'm talking about like, Sean, like you said, he was one of the top. Patty, I'm gonna say Patty. I like Patty. I think he got the star power and he's on the come up.
Absolutely.
So I got Patty and Tom Aspinall, him too.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, man, the rest of this look lame. As far as the up and comers, they need to start doing something.
I mean, I think personally, you've got people like Kamaru Usman and Volkanovski that because they were so dominant that they eventually caught on to like the star power stuff. You know what I'm saying? But there's some people like Sean who were and Patty, for
Mm-hmm.
example, who are there already, man.
Right.
Like Patty doesn't do as much stuff per se as like Sean does as far as making his face relevant, but
Mm-hmm.
like he's a star. Like Patty the Batty's a star. Like people know who him that know who he is that
Oh,
barely
for
know what the
sure.
sport is.
Dude, his first fight, like people were wearing wigs and shit in the crowd and stuff. His first UFC fight, like from
Yeah,
the jump, he was hyped from the jump.
absolutely.
He definitely proved me wrong. I definitely did not think that he was built like built all. I liked him, man, but I didn't think he was built all the way like that. I knew part of what I was buying into was the hype. I let
Yeah,
myself buy into hype a lot of time, and I know it. I'm not oblivious to the hype. I just like hype's fun. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Absolutely. It's the same reason that we still watch all the Jake Paul fights.
Right. It's
Yeah,
just fun.
it's like, look, I'm sorry,
So,
I'm tuning in.
but I knew he was good. But after this last fight, bro,
Yeah, yeah, that's when
yeah,
I was
he a
like, it's
contender. He's
he's
just in
not.
a tough division, bro. Look who he's got to beat to get the strap.
Yeah,
Look who he's got to beat to get there. I guess. I mean, he ain't ready for a title. He's got to fight one other person, probably what the top five. All
yeah,
right,
they got
top
him.
five: Oliveira, Gaethje, Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, and that Armand. I can't say his last name, but he's a bad man.
I'll tell you who he's probably going to end up fighting next. It's going to be Justin Gaethje, and if it's not Justin
Bro.
Gaethje, it'll be Dan Hooker. They're going to avoid. He is going to avoid Armand, and he's going to avoid Charles like the plague. I'm telling you. Not necessarily
And
he's
that's
going
the
to.
two. Obviously, that's the two I'd like to see.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
don't.
like him and Charles would be a good fight to watch. Him and Armand would be a bloodbath
Yeah,
on the. But I was just wrong. I was wrong about Pattis last time. But
yeah,
dude,
but
that's kind of a lot to. That's a big pill to swallow right there, bro. I don't know if Patty could do it.
dude, Mike Lucen is an addition to my tale of the light of the light burning out, man. It's all good, Mike. You're probably not going to get that belt, but you had an awesome career. Like he had a stellar career before he even came to the UFC. Like accolades, he was a two-time champ at Bellator, I think. And it's like, I mean, it's not the UFC, but I mean, come on, like he was banging it out with the best of them, putting on wars over there. Came over here, put on wars on the UFC,
Yeah,
and now it's like you lost to Patty the Batty. No offense. I'm not saying that I'm not to take anything away from Patty the Batty, but that's it. You know what I'm saying, brother? Like you're not getting to the belt. If Patty the Batty can beat you, like I don't want to see you fight any of these other people again
dude.
for his own sake, because Armand would probably kill him.
Yeah, I don't know if he ain't ready for that, dude. But I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. The last who is that just who did Gaethje just fight? I'm
Oh.
about to pull it out. It just slipped my mind.
Did he fight Fazeev again?
No.
Justin Gaethje fought Rafael Fazeev for a second time because he was supposed to be fighting somebody else and they backed out, I believe. I could be wrong about that though.
Why do I not see him in here? Is he not even on the rankings?
Justin Gaethje
Yeah.
underneath Islam.
No, no. Oh, because I'm looking. I'm not in. I'm looking at pound for pound. I'm not in his
Oh,
weight class. I'm like, what the hell? Islam and John Jones. What the hell?
holy shit! Yeah, he fought Rafael
Oh yeah,
Fazeev,
yeah. I see you.
and it was he stepped in as a last minute fight. That was
Oh
at
yeah,
light.
yeah. I remember watching this fight.
Yeah, but I mean, Justin Gaethje's a banger, bro. Like, I mean, he got
Yeah,
it. He got it back in that fight for sure.
dude. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Him and the talking about the Patty. Can Patty fight Armand? Dude, Gaethje and dude, Max is the dog. So I ain't disrespecting Max.
Yeah,
But I thought Gaethje was about to murder Max, dude.
I mean, yeah.
And to finish Gaethje like that, dude. If
Yeah.
Patty, you never know, bro. I've about learned you can't ever count him out.
The thing is, though, dude, is like you can. The whole problem with Justin Gaethje is, I say problem. I mean, it's kept his career, it kept him in the top 5 for the past 5 years. But the thing that I would say is an issue with him is as long as somebody doesn't buy into the stand and bang shit like Max Holloway did, which Max Holloway won, but like that guy, his plan is to send a fucking haymaker and knock your ass out. That's what Justin
Right.
Gaethje's plan is to set up a way for him to knock the fuck out of you. Now, that kick that he landed on Dustin Poirier was crazy. That was nuts.
Right.
And it was, but it was set up perfect and all that stuff. But 98% of the time, you just wait for that fucking bammer to come. It might come slow, but he's coming with it, and it's going to knock your ass cold. And fucking, like, I don't think that Patty would allow himself to get hit with that punch. I don't think he would ever allow himself to get hit with that punch. But you never know. Like you said.
Dude, I mean, a lot of times guys that get knocked out didn't plan on getting hit with that punch.
Yeah.
They was really trying to stop it.
Yeah. Or they did pretty well for the first 2.5 rounds.
But I do think Patty is good enough, that without being baited into something like that standing bang, that he may not win, but I don't think he lets himself go out like that.
Yeah. Did you know that Justin Gaethje was a wrestler?
Really? Boy, he did
in college.
Huh? Was he never?
When he came to the UFC, like, he was a wrestle primary guy. And when was the last time you saw him wrestle somebody?
I don't even know, unless they took him down and wrestled to get back up.
Yeah, that's just fucking crazy. But it's like every time that he goes to fight, like, I always wonder, like, is this the one where they're like, we spent the whole fucking training camp just fucking getting lubed up for wrestling?
Dude, bantamweight. Rob. That's the only other one with the strap more than Bilal that I want to see somebody take it from him, bro.
Oh, you talking about Marab?
Yeah. Hate him, bro.
You hate Marab? It's hard to hate Marab.
Dude, you like him. Oh, no. I love his social media presence and all that, his personality and all that. Yeah. As a fighter, bro, I hate him.
Oh, 1,000%.
And I want to see somebody. I just want to see somebody get the strap, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
bangers don't be holding the strap no more, dude. It'd be boring fights. Just scroll through it.
Something that I think that people need to very strongly consider is that if Marab loses the belt to Sugar Sean, which is, understandably what we'd prefer. It's a win-win for Sean fans, because if he gets the belt, then we're probably going to have to watch him try to fight Marab for a third time.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because
no doubt.
Like, I mean, unless
right back too, no fight in between, probably. Right back.
Yeah, but if not, the main reason why I say that is because, hey, a trilogy, Sugar Sean, why not? But also, if we want to get down to the nitty gritty, Sugar Sean beat Peter Yan, and Umar lost his last fight. So Corey Sandhagen and Sugar Sean would finally have to fight each other, potentially for the belt. If I'm being honest, I would love to see that fight. Sugar Sean,
I would, but I love Sugar, so I don't know.
Dude, but listen, it would be the first time.
They gotta fight the best, bro.
Yeah, you're
gonna be that guy, you gotta fight the best.
Absolutely. And honestly, like, if he beat Corey Sandhagen, to me, that's the definition of him clearing out the division.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, people could say what they want about that Peter Yan decision, that fight, but I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Like, Sugar gonna move up?
He's gonna have to, dude. He's gonna have to eventually.
Dude, there's no way he could bulk up enough. He'll be the only person, like, when they're cutting weight before, he's having an addict, and then, like, one day after, he's 10 pounds less than weigh in.
Yeah, okay. Let me rephrase what I said. Him moving up earlier, when I said he was going to move up to lightweight, I definitely meant to say featherweight.
Yeah, he did. Oh, yeah, I know there's no way. Okay. Let's see who's in lightweight. Hold up. Lightweight, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's Islam. Yeah.
He'd get cooked.
Sure. I'd definitely pay to see that. Even though I love Sugar, I'd pay to see that.
I wouldn't have been mad to have seen I see, obviously Max has moved up now, but I wouldn't have been mad to see Sugar Sean fight Max.
Yo, Sugar ain't ready for that though, bro. Dude, I don't know. It would be good, but Max, so does Sugar. I feel like for his size have power, but Max for his size, dude, has got freakish hands. And Sugar's ain't that. I've seen a lot of fighters, especially that greenhead dude that I've done forgot his name. That's his only rise to fame was fighting Sugar. take all his hits, bro.
I was
Like,
about to say,
bruh,
you could. Are you sure that you would say
Max would have that dude would have never ate Max's hits like that.
he didn't? He didn't exactly. I was gonna say he didn't exactly fight Sugar
Right?
Sean.
No, he just ate every. That was the craziest fight. He
That
just
was
ate
insane.
every. Sugar's hands are sore, like
Yeah,
broken at the end of the fight from punching.
I had Brittany watching that fight with me when it happened, which is hilarious because
Yeah.
afterwards she's like, or halfway through the fight after the first round, she's like, "What is it? What is that guy doing?" Talking about the guy in the green with the green
Right?
hair.
Not much.
I'm like, baby. I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. It's like this is supposed to be kind of like his shot too, because they like essentially pulled him from a local promotion to come fight, and it was kind of a cool thing for him. But
Dude,
dude,
he earned that. Whatever they paid him, that motherfucker earned it.
dude, he got beat.
Whatever they paid him, it was not enough. I already know that.
Yeah, seriously, he still
Dude, is
feels.
it wrong that I pull for? I get to where I pull for certain fighters that are like maybe not as good to do a lot better because I pulled a decent card of theirs.
Uh,
So I want the card to be worth a little more. So I
that's
want
how
them to do better.
that's how I feel about Mackenzie Dern. Like I have a
Oh
Mackenzie,
yeah,
I have a Mackenzie Dern. Also, I mean, she's Mackenzie Dern, but
that's
like,
how I feel about. You know who I feel about that guy right there.
hey, go ahead. Oh yeah, yeah, I know, dude. Jeez,
Talk about that dumpster fire.
yeah, perfect timing, honestly.
Bro, I've never like I have this card. This card would be the greatest card ever, but I really feel in my bones that Spencer Rattler is not about to be the starter, dude.
Yeah,
He's not about to be the starter. We drafted Tyler Shuck. You know, we got a new coach, his first time head coach. He's an offensive minded coach. He's worked with a bunch of young quarterbacks. Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts just won a Super Bowl with him. He likes big physical quarterbacks fit his offense. So he took the biggest one in the draft.
and the oldest.
And the oldest, which is more experienced than what I'm not gonna lie, dude. I was one of the people like after the dude, because it was like earlier on going into the draft, we're like, yo, Shador would never drop to us, y'all. So we're not even talking about Shador. Let's
Yeah.
talk about Jackson Dart. Shador's never gonna drop to us. We need a quarterback. Comes out. Shador, for one, then Shador's stock starts dropping, and they're like, well, maybe he will drop the ninth.
Yeah,
But maybe not. I'm like, shit, if he makes it past 3, well, then they may still get him at 6 with the Raiders.
yeah,
And then it come out, the Raiders GM come out and said that his son said, if I don't take Ashton Genty at 6, you know, he's pretty much disowning them. So they're like, well, Raiders are pretty much one by one. All the teams come off the board ahead of time saying who they're going to take.
yeah,
And it was like, whoa. Like, then hype started happening, like probably 2 weeks after the draft. Like, yo, Shador saying Vegas gave the odds to the most to New Orleans to be where Shador would go.
yeah.
So it was the hype train was starting. I was on it, dog. I never thought he'd even get up to us, dude. So then we get right like days before the draft starts coming out. We're taking linemen. We're not going quarterback number 9. Blah blah blah. We go into the draft just like the reports the days before started saying we take a lineman, which we needed. We took a dog, but we took that guy Banks. He's a dog. But then Shador drops, bro. He drops out of the first round, and the second round comes around, and he's still there. I start seeing like 10 picks ahead that he's going to be there. And dude, everybody knows it. Everybody, we're taking a quarterback here. Everybody you're watching, I'm watching 3 different live streams. We're taking quarterback here. And I'm like, this is it, dog. We about to take Sanders, dude. Out of nowhere, dude. When they called his name, I like at first when they said the first name, I was like, oh shit, another lineman. Like, you know, we take Tyler Shuck. I was like, I was pissed, dude, just like everybody else. Like, what? Sanders was right there. Like, it felt like fate that he dropped to us.
Yeah.
And we didn't take it. Like, we had talked for months, like, bro, it'd be nice, but we're not even going to talk about it. He's not dropping to us. And then he did. And then he did it twice to the second round. But I've had time to reflect. And I have watched lots of game video of Tyler Shuck. He is a dog. He can spin the football. He's a big boy. And he's got 7 years college experience, which, you know, that's experience. So
Right.
He's built to start. So it's going to be a competition between him and Rattler.
Yeah,
But
and it's it's possible that it's not. It's possible that he gets out there and they're way more confident that Shug is that how you say it? Shug?
shuck, like
Shuck.
fuck, but shuck.
Okay, okay. Like shuckers.
Yeah,
But yeah, so Shuck, it's possible that he's him, and we just haven't been able to see it yet. Because we haven't been watching practices and stuff like that. Like they might
right.
have got him out there and been like, "Yo, this is our QB1," and
Dude, it was like three different teams. Like I knew of him not before the draft. Not even really leading up to the draft. I learned about this guy dude, out of nowhere, bro. Not joking. Like 1 week out from the draft, this dude's Tyler Shuck's name. Like on all the Ian Rappaport, everybody, Nick Underhill, everybody that follows like the draft. Instant something comes out, they're on it.
yeah,
This guy, that multiple teams were having interviews with him. He went to the Steelers. He went to the Giants. He came to the Saints. I think he went to the Browns. All these QB needy teams, and it was like, yo, they all really like him. Like, and then dude, his stock jumped up. They talking about, someone I ain't even heard of. They're talking about second round quarterback.
yeah,
And we took him when we took him because we knew he wouldn't be there. Because really, he's at best, I'd say a third round quarterback with what he's done already.
yeah,
Regardless if the coach sees something potential based off what he's done, he's at best he had a good year this year. He was in college 7 years. He only had one full start season. It's the season he's coming off of right now.
right,
He broke his collarbone. Let's see. I think it was. I might have the years wrong, but I think it was 2021. Broke his collarbone. 2022 re-broke the collarbone. Same collarbone, same spot. And then 2023 broke his fibula in his leg. All season-ended injuries. And then 2024, which was this past season, was the only season he's played the full season and did solid stats.
yeah.
So,
Like
he
solid
wouldn't go
stats.
second round, dude. This was a very poor QB class too.
Yeah.
Also,
I wonder what his college rankings were.
I don't know, dude. I never heard of him until, like I said, just a couple weeks out from the draft.
Your story about that is very similar to mine, just in the sense that my coworker, he's a coworker, he's a friend of mine, but he was talking about, he's like, man, he's getting nervous because he's like, we're probably gonna fuck around and draft this Tyler Shug guy. And the way that he was explaining, he's like, this is, and him and my other coworker were talking about him, and how he knew that, I have no idea. I don't know why he might have literally said it out of like, this is how the Saints are going to go. We're going to fuck around and draft this guy. Right. And that's going to be the quarterback that we end up drafting. Because obviously the Saints conversation with the quarterback.
Or did he really have some inside?
Well,
it was probably saying it like you said, like, yeah, knowing the Saints.
Yeah, but he also, and sort of like you in a way, like he keeps up with that shit like online. Like, he's on Twitter a good bit and stuff, like right. sports Twitter. He doesn't, not the same reason that I would be zooming around on there periodically, but like he's deep off into what the reporters and shit are saying and stuff. Like, he's in the know, I guess, as far as public facing information, especially with the Saints. That's what I was thinking about the other day when you were showing me that video of the stuff. But I say all that to say he's a devout fan, but when he said that, I didn't think anything of it. And as soon as I saw on Instagram, I was scrolling through, I saw that eventually the Saints drafted him. I was like, and then of course our group chat, like the group chat, the Fantasy League group chat.
Oh, our shit was going crazy.
Yeah, I was like,
all my group chats, all my fantasy group chats, dude. The one I have with Jack in it,
yeah,
dude. Me and Jack was going crazy, bro, in the chat. He wanted Sanders too,
Right, absolutely.
Like, basically, as soon as it happened, all the reactions were like, this is exactly some Saint shit. Of course, this is it. You take a lineman first round pick, and we finally going to take it. He's the highest drafted quarterback since Archie Manning in 1971.
Yeah.
We've never used a pick, and this is the second round. We've never used a pick that high. So we've never even gave a quarterback a shot in the draft since 1971. And the first time we do it, it's Tyler fucking Shuck.
Yeah, they were saying that that we haven't drafted the Saints, was it first round or whatever, haven't drafted a quarterback since Archie or whatever. Yeah. And they were saying, or Arch or whatever. Which
it's Archie? His grandson's Archie. Yeah.
And they were saying that the Saints were going to position. They did what they did this year because they were going to position to get him
Yeah,
next
here's the
year in the
problem
draft.
with the whole tank for Arch conspiracy that people talk about all the time.
Right.
For one, all right, he's about to do his first starting season for Texas. He played a little bit last year, looked really good. But he's about to do his first start. He was sitting behind Ewers. So he's about to
Right.
start this season. We don't know what he's going to do, for one. And for two, who says he declares this next year, his first year? Who
Yeah.
says he plays? Who says he starts 1 year and declares? He's still really young. He's the type. He's a Manning. Don't forget what Eli did. So he may look at the landscape of what teams are about to need quarterbacks and see where he's realistically going to go. Say, I'm gonna play college another year, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uncle Eli said. Uncle Eli,
Yeah.
Uncle Peyton said, play college another year, and then maybe.
Yeah. And not. I mean, it's not like he's not.
You're banking on a whole lot of ifs to go down that road. Like, oh, we're going to tank. We're going to waste the second round pick because there was a lot of good players still on the board they could have took. We're going to waste the second round pick. And not only that, Kellen Moore is a new coach and with a fan base that's serious.
Yeah.
He wants to keep his job. I really believe that's why he didn't take Shedeur Sanders. Because Shedeur Sanders is a player, if you draft him and you have to really know he's the guy. If you draft him and he is the bust, that's pretty much your job too.
Yeah, and you also
that's what happened with Dennis Allen when he decided to bring Derek Carr with him. For a second time, pick Derek Carr as his quarterback when he's a head coach. And what did it do? It cost him his fucking job.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I mean, because also taking into consideration, like the Shedeur situation with him, is it possible that he's going to come here and be a diva? I'm not saying that all that stuff everybody was saying was true, but what if? What if it is true?
Yeah.
What if his daddy comes down here and is too much in his ear and it doesn't really mesh well with?
I really hope I don't want to say this because I like Shedeur, but I hope he sucks.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have to live with knowing we could have had him.
Hey, he can go hard as long as we beat him if we ever play him.
I feel like after they took Dark, which was, I think, our number one, who we wanted. I think after that, it pressured him to go ahead and take Shuck, and that's what made him a second round pick when he would have been maybe even a fourth. If he was in last year's quarterback class, he don't even get taken.
Yeah, it's probably why he stuck around longer. Yeah, he was ranked number 22 in the country.
That's shitty.
But
if you 22 at his position.
Yeah.
He wasn't overall ranked. There's no way.
Oh,
there's no way, because all the people I'm saying, everybody that was available to take, there's no way he was the top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I definitely was just pointing out for quarterbacks, but yeah, that'd be nuts. I don't even know what he would have probably been ranked in like 1,200 or some shit like that.
Is my cam working right now?
Let me see. No, it says imaging edge webcam.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with that. I'll stop it. I just stopped it, starting it back. Nope. Maybe my shit died. Anyway, it could be worse, but we could have Bill Belichick as a coach.
That's true. Yeah, I heard he's been getting in some trouble lately. Him and
I guess it's who you ask.
His family says that his new old lady or young lady is trying to take all of his money.
Hey, there we go. Man, let my man Bill, let him go out how you want, bro. Leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? My man in his 70s.
Let him eat,
He playing, he coaching a bullshit cow. He couldn't get a job in the NFL. No. Let's back up even more. Tom Brady leave. He's like, fuck it. I'm about to show you. I'm going to play some more in the NFL and I'm going to show you I didn't need Brady. What happens? Brady wins a fucking Super Bowl first year with a new team and you suck ass with Mac Jones.
Yeah, you got smoked.
Right. And basically the team that you won all the Super Bowls with pushed you out. You was not ready to retire, did not want to retire, pushed you out, made you retire. Well, you didn't retire, made you leave.
Yeah, exactly.
You try for months to get on any team in the NFL, a coach needy team. This past coaching cycle, dude, they hired like 5 new head coaches.
Yeah.
Couldn't get a job. Then he goes to, I can only assume before he picked this college, that he was trying jobs at different colleges and
Yeah.
couldn't get on. So he I think he went to college, or this is where he's from, the college and where he's from, or some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
But he's not at Bill Belichick should be at the SEC college.
He should be changing the game somewhere right now.
Basically, what I'm saying, my man ain't got a lot going for him for what he's done. The one thing he does have going for him, they want to rob it from him, bro.
Yeah.
They want to rob it from him.
Yeah, I mean,
that's some baby back bullshit.
He found him a little slice of heaven, and they need to let him hold that until he gets into the sunset. And if it takes half of his fortune, then so be it. It's not going to spend itself.
Right.
I mean, she's probably going to be able to spend it on better things than his family could too. So, I mean, what the hell?
Such a cuck face too, dude. That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
The way he's smiling in every picture, you already know.
With that being said, dude,
she's licking something he ain't never had to lick.
Yeah, exactly, dude. She's an eater, dude. No. She's an eater. She was made for him. And it's possible he's got a lot of money. She might be made for him. Right. The year, like when Tom Brady got there, he said, I'm going to go ahead and make me an early investment into this company that clones women, me and Robert Kraft, and we're going to team up and we're going to have me a wife when I finally get the fuck out of this shitty relationship that I'm in with my current wife. And then 27 years later, here he is with this doll that he created with whatever random DNA he found from, wherever. And there we are. That's his girlfriend now. And his family said, kiss my ass, because she did. So unless you're going to do that, then
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I really don't expect them to, because of the media, do anything about it. If she keeps licking, she can keep sticking around.
I have so much money.
Right. Dude, I guess my camera has died.
Is it like a chargeable battery, or is it like a plug-in thing?
It charges.
Oh, okay. I got you. Well, now we know.
Now we know. Now I know. They actually sell a thing for it that you put in instead of the battery where you can plug it straight in. That's what I need to get for it.
Yeah, I feel like that would be the most logical conclusion. Probably going to have to, soon you're going to have to buy
yourself. I have been fucking with it all day too. And
hell yeah.
Not
you're going to end up having to buy one of those like adapters that like gives you like 4 or 5 plugins, like USB plugins or whatever.
Yeah.
That you're going to run out of slots eventually.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, now I know. Now I know.
Yeah, so I went by T&T today, the local card shop here in Purvis. For those of you who don't know, you should go buy cards from them.
Place is badass, dude.
It is.
That dude knows his shit too, man.
Yeah, I think any of the guys that are up there they always seem to be pretty well rounded in what they're talking about. But Kyle specifically is the guy I deal with the most, and he's very helpful.
Yeah, the place in the mall, man. Y'all need to get y'all stuff together. Turtle Creek card.
Yeah.
Was it Coastal Cards?
I think it's just. I think it's just memorabilia
or something. Yeah, that's just the name, memorabilia. What the fuck? No wonder.
Like, certainly thought that would have been taken by now.
Right. How'd you get that? They're lucky.
That's one of those like 100-year public domain things.
Like, we've spent all our money on the fucking domain and couldn't afford inventory.
It's like when you buy those phone chargers at the mall, or not at the mall, at like the gas station, and it just says phone charger. It's like, oh wow, such a unique brand name. That's all it says on the little thing, phone charger. And there's 700 of them, and only 600 of them work. So you have to just kind of hope that your odds match out. But yeah, they're not terrible. They're not terrible, but they definitely don't have a very good like singles selection for cards. Not TNT. TNT does. TNT has all of the singles.
That is shit. Yeah, he got shit in the back too, dude. I went there looking for them Blake Groupie cards. I was like, man, I just know it's in the 2023. His only rookie cards is in the 2023 select boxes. That's the only card. the
Yeah.
only set it's in. And he's like, "You said 2023 select?" And I was looking through all the boxes of cards. Like, hold up, dude, come back out with a fucking drug dealer case, flipped it open, had a complete 2023 select, complete set,
Oh
all
my
the
gosh.
whole set. And he was going through it. He's like, "All right, it take me a while to go through this. Just swing back by next time you're around. All the groupies I find, I'll put in a spot for you." So he'll do stuff like that for us. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
I
tight.
have not went back by. I need to go back by.
I go back. I go over there before you do. I'm like, yeah, my homeboy sent me over here to get all the
You
groupies.
bastards. They ain't gonna question it because, like, oh man, who else is asking for
Yeah.
specifically these punter cards? He can't be lying.
Yeah, he can't be. And I show him a picture of like you. It's like me Photoshop standing next to you. Like, hey, see, I know the guy. It's a picture from you like in high school or some shit. He's like, yeah, man, okay, get out of my store. No, I digress. I went in there today and went in there to ask him about the local celebrity who's now selling his home, Mr.
Oh
Brett
yeah,
Favre.
I'm trying. So
Yo, that was lit. I don't know what just happened, but that was crazy. You're like third party in it right now. I can't hear you. I think you muted it because it was tweaking. Oh, now you're gone.
all right, all right. I ain't
Now,
gonna do that. Hey, kick that one I just added. It won't let me leave.
ban. I don't want to ban them from studio. Kick guest.
All right, all right, all right. That didn't work. That didn't work.
Yo, they went straight to giving you the option to ban someone.
You should have banned it. It
Holy shit.
deserved it after that, dude. I was trying. I was gonna try to use the phone's camera, but
Hey, that was cool though.
there was a way to do it. I'm sure where I could have muted something and did it, but I wasn't gonna go through all of it. But I just
Yeah,
thought maybe I could pull it up and mute it, but it was still doing it even after I muted it. I
yeah.
had to mute both of them.
Hey, trial and error though. That was a cool shot though. That's where you need to set your webcam up at.
Yeah, I know. I just
And
I need to get a different lens. My lens is so zoomed in. You're like fucking in my
yeah,
throat right there. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know if you'd enjoy that or the viewers would enjoy that shot.
that's awesome. But hey, this being our first episode, now we know our trial and error. Like I was saying earlier, I am like when we get done in here, I'm gonna go put in a podcast in my headphones and start setting. My room's already pretty cleared up, but I need to have it set up for a better backdrop. So
Hell
that'll be
yeah.
pretty tight.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
I digress. I was also saying just a minute ago about I went into the card shop.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're almost like at an hour or whatever, but
Uh,
I I was at the card shop and okay, yeah. So I asked him about Brett Favre. I was like, hey man, I get a question.
right, right.
Would you have a scenario like with what's going on with Brett Favre? Like he's really popular to us. Obviously, blah blah blah. And
Mm-hmm.
he's and I was like, so is it like one of those things that like do collectors care about? And he's like, well, just so you know, there are a lot of people in Wisconsin that think that Brett Favre is the fucking man.
Right.
He was like, there are people that look at him
He
high.
could listen to me, man. He could fucking kill a bitch. And these fucks in Wisconsin with these cheese hats on their fucking
Dude,
heads would deny for him.
he was like, don't ever get it mistaken. There are definitely people around the country that, don't care at all about what's going on down here. And they just know of Brett Favre as the legend. He said, but, and he made a reference to somebody, but I forgot the guy's name, but he was talking about this baseball player that apparently like went and had sex with some underage girls and like from the Dominican Republic. And he got kicked out of the MLB and,
Bro,
oh,
he was from the Dominican Republic. He was fucking this normal shit.
yeah.
It's fucking
But he was basically saying, he said that will pummel,
yeah.
that something like that. He wasn't saying exclusively that because I was
So
asking
you
him,
can fuck poor people but not kids.
yeah,
Got
exactly.
it.
And I was like, this, and it was just a broader conversation, but Brett Favre was relevant because, they always have a bunch of Brett Favre stuff around here in stores, in restaurants, and wherever, he's a part of the culture to a degree. But like
Dude,
that's
why
been
do you think he's selling?
yeah, like, why do I think he's selling right now?
Yeah, yeah, right. Because I don't know if you know, but on the 20th, the smear piece on Netflix dropped a whole documentary on him called "The Fall of Favre,"
Yeah.
and now like right before the release, that months leading up to that, he puts his house.
I mean,
You know, is it like a move that he know he's about to have to pay some money? Like, oh, once they drop this and everybody gets on the fuck Favre wagon, they gonna make me pay, so I'm gonna need some money, or is it like, dude, I gotta go move somewhere like in the fucking middle of, West Virginia in the middle of nowhere on fucking 400 acres. Nobody see my fucking stupid poor people robbing face again.
I think I think there's two scenarios, and one of which is the more fun one for us as spectators would be uh you know oh, he's about to get sued, or they're about to put out some information that's not already public that is going to get him in legal trouble, and he's going to need money, or he's going to be this, or he's going to be that. But I think that the realistic answer is all of the information that has come out. Okay, let's play devil's advocate for a second here. The people in this state hate me now because of a poor financial decision that I made a handful of years ago. And ironically enough, when they told me no one would ever find out, when I
They
asked
did.
when I asked the person if anyone would ever find out, and they said no, and I was like, hell yeah, that text message exchange got leaked to the fucking entire state and the entire country.
Oh, they really had a text message of that
Yeah.
of him saying, "Oh my god, I didn't know that." See, I do know, like, I kind of know what he did. Like, he basically, right? Didn't he build a volleyball gym or something? But he used money from the state to build it.
Yes.
Basically,
Yeah. But like
his
this is,
daughter was on the volleyball team here in Hattiesburg, and he
yeah.
built a stadium,
And
and the money for it was really not his.
yeah, it was like money that it basically exchanged for him to go be like pat some backs and stroke some rods in some public events somewhere or something like that.
Right.
And he just like that was the trade off, and it's like you can't do that. Like what the fucking like that's some bullshit. And it was just like one of those things like, hey man, you're my boy, so I'm just gonna hook you up with all this money and to do whatever with, but do something cool. Okay, I'm gonna make a volleyball stadium or whatever they're called for Southern Miss where my daughter goes. And there's all this back and forth stuff about like the daughter wasn't even there when they made it, and da 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 da, like all this different stuff. Like, could it have been? I don't know. Like maybe it's already been all figured out and stuff like that. But like maybe it didn't have anything to do with his daughter. Maybe he was having an
Dude,
affair with the
and
volleyball teacher or something like that. I don't
well,
like.
you already know this. Already, like, I've seen the trailers and stuff. You can watch the trailer on Netflix now for the, I forget what it's called. It's some kind of true. It's a series that it's a popular one where they do different ones every
Yeah.
episode, and it's like a whole series on him. Untold,
Ah, I got you.
Untold, the Fall of Favre. But you can watch the trailer on it, and dude, they're bringing. Remember when he sent the dick pics to the reporter and all that shit?
Yes, yes,
That's
yes.
what they're covering, all that, dude. There's about to be stuff nobody even knew. Like, I know about that, but you know how they do in these documentaries, bro. We about to really know about it. They gonna interview the bitch.
Oh my gosh, dude. You know
She
what's
may
really
still have the picture.
what's crazy? I wonder if it's worth anything signed. But
I
I wonder how many times somebody's approached him and tried to get him to sign it.
don't
Uh,
know. I seen that hit one of his old teammates. I don't know if you seen that video, or that guy he played against approached him and tried to beat his ass at a card signing. Yeah, yeah.
what? Are you
Yeah,
serious?
I tried. Oh, dude, this is like 3 years ago, but the video was everywhere. It was I forget who the guy was, but basically the backstory is the guy had the record for the most sacks,
Yeah,
and in a game, um, Favre gave Ray Lewis, I think it was Ray Lewis, the record by, he was friends with them, and it's on video. He was one away from breaking the record, and Favre gave it to him, like let him sack him to beat
yeah,
old boy's record. Well, old boy's record that he beat was this guy. This was 30 years ago or whatever. When this
yeah.
guy pulls up on him at a card signing, and he's like, you ruined my life, but like was freaking about to beat his ass. He was like, Favre was scared, bro. He went to try to deal. At first, he thought he was playing. and dude was not playing. Favre went to shake his hand. He's like, "You try to fucking shake my hand." He put out a whole apology on it, talking about how he knows that there's things that come along with having that record, like financially wise for the family. Like his kids could be, getting residuals from that, from different things, from holding that record. And he feels like Favre robbed him of that, because I'm sure now it seems like he's a broke man that's mad.
Okay, can you see this on the screen?
I can see you.
Tell me if you can you see hang on. Can you see what I've got on my screen?
I cannot. I could try to look in your glasses and see, but it's going to be difficult.
Can you hear that?
I heard something.
Okay, here we go. Add to
Hey, there we
go. All right.
Quan Barkley.
I'm also
this is it.
Quan Barkley. Insurance in.
Hey, I think this
Financial
guy, let me look
services
it up
also.
after this. He may have died too, not long
But you
ago.
know what? Everybody asks me, why aren't you in the Hall of Fame? Do you know how long
Can you hear it?
I've thought about it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay.
A long time. Somebody
What I
that-
seen was like a
that
cell
had
phone
more
camera
sacks than
footage. They may
anyone
have
on
this.
that
It's
team.
30 for 30. They may show
somebody
the
that
footage.
played their butt off. Somebody that did more than anybody that had played.
Oh,
I don't know why I'm not in the Hall of Fame.
I know I was elected to the Hall of Fame, and he feels that he should have a.
Jay, speaking of bull rushing, I don't know if you saw the clip.
All right,
coming
This
out
is
of
it. This is going to show it. Yeah, Pat got us.
Pat Brett Favre saying he took a fall, I guess, giving Michael Strahan his sack record. Is this something that you pass rushers do? Are you like, verbally assaulting people that you feel like gave up easy sacks to other people?
And before you answer that question, because we have not chatted about this yet on the program, we should give full context for the situation. Mark Gastineau was at a collectibles or an autograph session that wasn't open to the public. It seemed to be behind the scenes, and he was being recorded or filmed. I don't know if he's making a documentary, and I guess it's the first time that he has seen Brett Favre. Brett Favre notoriously got sacked by Strahan. Strahan then set the single season record for sacks and beat Gastineau. Here's Gastineau confronting Brett Favre.
You
I
tell
thought we
me.
met a long time ago. At least I
Yeah.
saw you.
Right.
How you doing?
When you fell down for him. I'm going to get my sack back. I'm going to get my sack back, dude.
You probably would hurt me.
Well, I don't care. You hurt me. You hurt me. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You really hurt me.
He's scared, bro.
oh,
Vivid Seats, the only ticket company in the
Look
game.
how he was holding his
that
hands,
wants
dude. He
you
was
to
scared.
buy. From concerts to sports
dude, he
and
looked
everything in
nervous.
between.
Yeah, he was, dude. There's like a CTE
Vivid
crazy
Seats,
man in front of
official
him,
ticketing partner of
talking about you
ESPN.
hurt me.
Talk,
You really
hurt me,
hurt me.
Brett.
We got to get
no, talk about some. I'm gonna get my sack back. Fuck that. dude.
Brett's like, I'm an old man. I think he says it in here.
back to this, Brett. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I guess Gastineau
back.
is
I'm
making
out of
a
there.
30 for 30, and obviously, person, this is incredibly uncomfortable. How do we get out of here? And I don't know what's going through Brett Favre's mind there.
I don't know.
Here's
Honestly,
the
Brett
play
Favre
in
looked
which
kind of jacked
Strahan
still. I
gets
think
the
he fucked
record.
old
It's
boy
fourth
up.
quarter, about to win a game, and okay,
I think Brett for a second was
Hang on.
like the Favre going, you could hurt me. I think Favre did think like, oh, there's about to be a real, because he goes for the handshake and there's nobody on either side.
I know.
Gastineau didn't even do it. Hey, I think we've met.
Pissed.
Okay.
When he said I'm getting my sack back, I'm like obviously
Oh.
figurative, but like
Pause.
I think Brett for a second was like he's gonna sack me right here. Huh?
I wonder if Brett thought like, oh, we're fist fighting. I think we're like right.
He had to think he was joking at first. I think Brett had to.
I'm not sure.
It was a good play. It was a good play to go with the joke back, like, oh, you're gonna hurt me. And then it just gave him more fuel.
About it.
When they leave too, Favre's backing up, like watching him. He's not backing up, just turning around to walk away.
Yeah, this guy's a wacko.
What?
That's what Favre's thinking. This guy's a wacko. We're at a freaking autograph show. He's coming up trying to get into a fight with me. Like, that's the only thing. I mean, I get where JJ's coming from because as a Packers fan, too, like that was the conversation. Like, Favre laid down for this guy, let him have the record. But to come back and do the whole, like, it's not like in the moment, Favre was like, you know what? Fuck Mark Gastineau. I'm going to lay down right here and give this to Strahan. So the whole, like, the career, like how I mean, maybe.
Yeah, but I don't think it was malicious towards Mark Gaston.
Why? Why didn't Mark just fucking smack Brett across the head?
Dude, look at Brett though, bro. I think Brett fuck him up, bro. He's kind of jacked to be an old man.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he looks like
That
somebody.
other dude looked like he ain't even lifting up but cheeseburgers.
Brett kind of looks like he has still been kind of like, pumping iron.
That's what I'm saying.
That other dude's just been living with
Right.
with the.
Hey, I think he has dementia. I think he's been diagnosed with dementia. That other guy.
Are you serious?
Let me see. Let me
Damn, it's Brett's fault, dude. Brett robbing him. Dude, Oklahoma, side note, Oklahoma is beating the shit out of Denver right now.
In 2016, he was diagnosed with dementia. Damn, they're beating their ass.
It's 133-90 at the end of the game. Or 6 minutes left in the game. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the end of the game. All right.
Yeah, it's over. It'll be 1-1 though after that. I just have it on in the background. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Brett looks like he's still probably does at least a 15-pack of Keystone every night. But I think ultimately he's probably moving because of shame.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I don't know, dude. I almost feel like he needs some bread. I mean, how long is Brett's money really? QBs weren't getting paid 50 M's back then.
I don't know. The beauty of the internet.
He's probably. Let me guess. That's more fun. Let me guess.
Okay, go for it.
What are we gonna say? His highest contract. All right, I'm gonna say at his height, Brett Favre got $27 million.
Okay, that's what you're saying. His highest contract.
Yeah, that's gonna be his top contract. Yeah, it was 27 million.
Hang on, biggest contract. Shout out to AI. Brett Favre's biggest contract was a 10-year deal. Shout out to Brett Favre. And I mean, do you want to try to guess again, knowing that it was a 10-year deal?
Well, it would be 10-year, $270 million.
Oh, okay, sorry. His 10-year deal with the Green Bay Packers worth approximately $100 million.
My God, $10 million a year.
Listen, dude, it was signed in 2001.
They had to restructure along the way, I'm sure.
So it also included a $10 million signing bonus. But I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, so it was only big because it was for so many years.
Yeah,
that's his biggest in money, but that's not what was his biggest annual salary. That's what I was saying was 27 million.
I got
his highest paid annual salary ever. It was probably in his later years, maybe even for the Vikings.
Wow, dude, this is fucking crazy. In 1997, I mean, the best money I think he ever got was that. Because listen, dude, in 1997, Favre signed for a 7-year contract worth $47.25 million.
Oh my God!
Which included a $12 million signing bonus. This deal made.
That's what I'm saying. How long is his money? Them Wrangler checks weren't cutting like that.
This deal made him the highest paid player in the NFL at the time in 1997.
How many? Dude, that's what 30 years, roughly less than 30 years, a little less than 30 years, 28 years.
Yeah. Well, okay. Look,
not how things have changed.
Neither one of these say how much he made when he went to the Vikings.
Right. Well, I mean, I could be completely wrong. He was on the back half of his career. They may not give him shit.
Yeah, that's true. I'm about to see though.
But he did take him to the playoffs, and then we ended that shit with the bounty gate.
Get the fuck out of here.
How much?
This shit. Oh, this is overall. I was about to say this shit right here says $47 million.
No, ain't no fucking way.
Yeah, it's not the same thing. Oh
fucking
yeah,
career earnings.
He got dog water, bro. Hang on. Yeah, this is bad. This article's from 2009. All right, 39-year-old quarterback turned his back on retirement for the second time in as many years, agreeing Tuesday to play for the Minnesota Vikings. Okay, let's see how much he got paid. This is so bad. Because Favre is a vested veteran, the $12 million is guaranteed for this season if he is on the opening day roster. This also applies to the $13 million 2010 deal. This year, okay, let me just go back a little bit. The Vikings will pay dumbass. The Vikings will pay Favre $12 million this year and $13 million next year. Sources told ESPN senior NFL analyst Chris Morstensen. Yeah, so he played 2 years with the Vikings. Did he play both years?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
he went to the playoffs one year with him too. Did good.
He made $25 million
per year.
No, total for those 2 years.
God, I way overshot it with 27. So basically, my point is Brett's money don't go long like that. It ain't that far.
Yeah. I did Google his net worth, and that stuff's fishy. But it says he has a net worth of roughly $100 million.
Right. Well, I mean, he did have Wranglers commercials forever. Like he had sponsors.
Yeah.
He was that guy for a long time. A lot of times sponsorship money, especially back then, worth more than your contract.
Right. And
but still, man, he's been. And dude, what he owes now is just they're hitting his ass hard, bro. He's done paid back the money.
Yeah.
Now they're making him pay back the interest, dude, which is like double what the money was. And all he owes is for the interest now, but it's like millions in interest.
Right. And has he been divorced recently?
Yeah. Dude, it's 480 acres.
480 acres? That's how many acres he has on his property down the road?
Yeah, 480 acres, $14 million.
Oh, it looks like Brett Favre might still be married.
It won't be after the 20th.
She has been working at People. Oh, she's got money too, bro.
Dude, when this stock drops, he might not be married.
Yeah, you're right. Let's see. It says she has been working at People magazine since 2022. Her work has previously been published in Healthline, She Knows, and more. Brett Favre and his wife, Deanna Favre, are high school sweethearts who've managed to stick together through thick and thin. And
he got her that job at People did.
Yeah.
If they're high school sweethearts, that means this bitch is from fucking Colombia or something. She ain't making it People on her own.
Oh, she had cancer too.
Oh, I take back that bitch part.
Is it? I take back shit from Colombia. She was born in Gulfport.
Oh, it's close.
She attended community college in Poplarville. Subsequently transferring to the University of Southern Miss. To finish her degree, she graduated in 1994 with a degree in exercise science.
Okay.
And she had
she's his trainer.
Yeah, I guess so. But see, I was just thinking like maybe he would have lost some money through a divorce, but
no. He's having to pay back to the state, and they want their interest, bro. Every penny. And a lot of people knew about it, but like this Doc, a lot of people are already on the fuck Brett thing, but I think because we live here, we hear it a lot more. Everybody's about to be on the fuck Brett.
Oh yeah,
he knows this. Can you imagine knowing it's coming? What he feels right now.
Oh, right. Here we go. And look at this too. This might be why he's selling his big ass house. Brett Favre recently revealed that he has been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. He also revealed that this diagnosis while testifying before a congressional committee regarding a welfare scandal in Mississippi.
How convenient.
Favre's testimony included his perspective on the scandal and his advocacy for reforms to the federal welfare system. Defamation lawsuits. Multiple defamation lawsuits arose from the scandal, including one filed by former Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant, fuck Phil Bryant, against fuck him back then and fuck him now, against Mississippi Today. NBC Sports reports that a Mississippi judge dismissed one of the lawsuits. Damn.
Dude, I also like to shout out fuck Tate Reeves.
Yeah, fuck Tate Reeves. Shout out to everybody who's out there. Fuck Tate Reeves. But so I'd be curious to know if he actually has Parkinson's. Luckily, Favre said medication has made all of his symptoms manageable. However, I bet it has.
Convenient.
Yeah. However, he admits that he still experiences extreme stiffness in the mornings. Me too,
Dude,
Brett.
you're old, bro. You ain't got fucking Parkinson's. You're 60-something.
Oh, and you got beat up for a living. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
it's gotta be Parkinson's.
I got a question. With the side note, what do you think about people talking about like with football? Like, man, these athletes like saying, are people saying they feel sorry for athletes that get hurt or that don't get hurt after they've been making the bag? It's kind of like, bro, that is what you risked it for the biscuit for, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
at some
I
point,
mean, I see it on both sides. Yeah, why you want the bag before you've done anything? Because I'm be going hard. What if I get hurt? Then what I've spent my whole life on, I don't know, dude. I can't even fucking add. I don't know. I can't work nowhere.
right?
I know
Fair.
how I play ball.
Right.
And if I get hurt, I got no plan B. If you're in the league, you never had a plan B, really.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? At this point, the way it is, you grew up in ball.
Yeah,
And
I
ain't
mean,
like back in the day you had a day job and fucking also trying to play some fucking ball. You've been playing ball since little league.
right. I mean, fortunately, there is a way. There is a way to, hang on. Let me see.
But I get it the other way too, bro, because I'm a Saints fan and we gave Derek Carr $40 fucking million, dude, and fuck him.
Yeah.
Like give me run some of that bread back, bro. We need it, bro. We ain't big like the Las Vegas Raiders. We need our little 140. Give us at least 40 of that shit back.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit, dude. I don't know, bro. I don't know what the I don't know what the New Orleans Saints are going to do.
It's definitely going to be an interesting year, dude.
Yeah.
I got fucking I usually don't go to preseason games. I always got tickets to them, but I don't ever go to them. But I may go because they're going to play, I assume, the quarterback competition in preseason.
Yeah, maybe so.
So I might want to go see. Maybe worth going to see to watch in person. But
who do we play in the preseason this year? Do you know?
Yeah, let me look. I haven't sent out the tickets yet, but I'm sure it's online.
Brother, OKC has 147 points and Denver still hasn't broke 100. There's 3 minutes left in the game.
They toast.
These motherfuckers are up by damn near 50 points. And that's they're up by 50 points at 150. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like they're up by 50 points at like 99 and the other team's just ass. Like, these guys have been, the other team is, they're still scoring, but not at anywhere near at the rate that OKC is. I don't understand how you can have that many points in a basketball game.
Yeah. They ain't dropped the schedule yet, too, by the way. But yeah, dude, they're getting their ass beat.
That's an embarrassing game, too. I just don't understand how that happens.
Dude, it's crazy. Football is, well, you couldn't do it, but it's one of the only sports, like the championships and the playoffs and stuff ain't done in series.
Yeah.
It's just one game. That's why in football, the better team don't always win.
It's true.
A lot of things are circumstantial, With basketball, most of the time the better team wins, dude. You got fucking 7 games against each other. It's hard to make excuses that you lost 4 fucking games,
Right.
You couldn't do it with football, dude. There's no way, dude. Motherfuckers be dead.
And again,
be rampant, bro. They be drooling off the fucking helmets. There's no way they can run that many games. They have to have, I don't know. There's no way. But I guess that's what makes football exciting. That's what I like about it, dude.
Hey, I've said it a million times. Baseball and basketball, we talked about it the other day briefly, but that's why I can't keep up with it, because it's like they got so much shit. I'm like, look, I got you all. Baseball also, to me, is just like infinitely boring to watch.
Fucking boring, dude.
It's a little bit cooler when you're there because you're there, but that's like anything. A concert's better when you're there. A basketball game, football, anything's gonna be better when you're there. But I will definitely say, like, the cameras like just kill me. Which they try to make it, for ADD folks like myself and whatever. But they try to keep it kind of. But it's like, dude, I'm sorry, like, I don't care.
Even the exciting shit that happens in baseball, and it doesn't happen like they're so elite. He hits the ball, he's gonna fucking catch it. Or, if a good, if something good happened and just hitting a base hit that rolls right between everybody and you make it to second base.
Yeah.
Here and there you get, depending who's playing, but, they're not just like when Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire was playing. They're not just ripping home runs every time you walk up the bat.
Right.
Other than a home run, please tell me what the fuck is really exciting in baseball when you're watching it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, my son's been playing baseball, or they call it t-ball, I guess, baseball, but coach pitch is what it is. But and it's fun, it's cool. I get so excited out there doing that. But dude, like outside of if I was not my son out there, and I didn't have like a team that I was so like attached to, then dude, I would be like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
Shit.
I'm not coming out here to.
That's why football is so far superior to fucking. There's just nothing comes close. I mean, the only thing comes close, personal opinion, obviously, with UFC is because they bought that action. Football, UFC, they bought that action, bro.
Absolutely, you have to be.
I think it's what it is too. Like, obviously, you couldn't do series with UFC fights. Like, it's all or nothing with football and UFCs.
Hey.
Any guy could knock the other guy out. Any team could beat the other team. You never know.
If you want to keep your stars alive and you want to have a sustainable business, you can't run the matches back to back. But there have been organizations in the past, like what was it? Prime? Was that what it was called?
Yeah, it was like tournament style.
Pride
was tournament style. Yeah.
That shit, like they would beat the dog fuck out of each other, and it's like, yeah, tomorrow night or tomorrow at 2:00.
Yeah, but them guys also like. It's just like any other sports with fighting too. The UFC, the fighters are so fucking elite technically and everything now.
Yeah.
Dude, them guys wouldn't have ran them tournaments back then with some of these guys, dude.
Yeah, no shit.
And the level they're fighting on, it may be hard to run these guys in a tournament, dude. They're snapping legs and shit.
Yeah, no shit, dude. Like
these guys recover for months or longer before their next fights. You talking about multiple? You imagine the Max and Justin fight was the first fight in the tournament. Justin's done, and then Max got to go fight somebody that's fresh or fresher.
Yeah,
that didn't just have a dog fight like him. He laid on the guy the whole time for his fight, or he knocked the dude out in the first 5 seconds. He's fresh.
You'll end up, I was about to say, you'll end up having some dude with no marks on his face.
Right. Max just went to fucking war for his life. They got to fight again. There's just no way you fight on that level in a tournament.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
You would be more strategic, I guess. Max would, you got to think ahead. You got to think this whole fight, my next opponent, he's going to be a striker, and I'm going to need my stamina. This whole fight, I need to just lay on this guy.
Yeah.
And just make it through this fight by the judges so I can fight this other guy.
Golly, man. And like they said when the UFC first started, it was like they were like, yeah, anything goes. And it was like after the first one they're like, okay, you cannot gouge people's eyes out.
Listen, guys, we got to stop with the kicking in the nuts, okay?
Yeah, that's got to stop like immediately.
Well, it wasn't immediately. They allowed that shit for a minute.
Yeah, no shit.
Dude, when my dad first started watching when I was a kid, dude, they were just regular clothes. Grayson, he'd wear full karate shit. He'd be full gi.
Yeah, that's
full gi. Using the gi to choke motherfuckers out. Grabbing onto the gi and doing chokeholds and shit.
Yeah, and look at them now. You know what's crazy? They have more UFC events every year than they have. Well, okay, that's not fair to say. I was gonna say they have more UFC events every year than they have football games, but that's not true because I'm deadly wrong about. Well, like say your team, like if you have one team, but I guess that your fighter might not fight but once every fucking year and a half. But if you have a favorite fighter, which is to me, it's kind of sucks, but. They're supposed to offer them, I think, 3 fights a year at minimum, but like, and it's also one of those things like you were talking about earlier, and we were kind of getting on to about how it's like the lack of star power, but like the stars are dudes that don't have the fucking belts because the guys that once they get into the top 5, they don't want to fight nobody unless it's their
They want to hold on to it.
Yeah. They want to hold position in the rankings or they want to fucking hold that belt. And it's like if anybody has the excuse built in, it would be the guy who has the belt.
Well, it's the pay too, dude. If you see the pay difference in them guys versus the up and comers that are out of the top 10, the pay difference is crazy. Like they wouldn't hold it that long because, dude, I need to make some bread because I'm a fighter. My career ain't that long.
Yeah,
I kind of get trying to force yourself to stay in them rankings financial wise.
Absolutely,
because, dude, they're not getting paid shit. Them prelim guys, dude, they're not getting paid shit.
Yeah, they're getting dog water. That is for
Dude,
sure.
they pay in their camp, I bet, and still broke.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, but I hate it. I hate it because like there's a part of me that's like they're being done wrong, but there's another part of me that's like, well, shit, bro. I mean, what do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? Like anybody, like you can't just come up and be like, hey, I can fight, and it's like, okay, well, you magically won your first fight that we gave you an opportunity to, so here's $1 million. You know what I'm saying? It's like because a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, well, thanks for the investment. I'm never fighting for your organization again because you just gave me $1 million. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, and also there's 700 people on the roster. So it's
Dude,
like,
there's one thing we've learned from fighters that over and over that's just fact now in the UFC. Not with boxing, surprisingly. I guess because boxing's turned to such bullshit, but with UFC, once they get big money, it is impossible for them to stay elite. It
yeah,
seems like it's impossible
yeah.
to keep that same hunger. I mean, dude, it's brutal getting beat the fuck up. And when you're rich, you're like, I don't have to do this.
Yeah.
It's hard to do it. You know, boxers make big time money though.
Yeah, that's true. I'll tell you what, though, another thing with boxing, and I mean, kind of goes back to you saying boxing being bullshit. You know, these guys, a lot of these dudes, you don't even hear their name until they're like, 20, 30 fights in. It's like with UFC, after, like, as far as pro fights go, like, I mean, 20 fights, where you at? You know what I'm saying? 20 fights, we're kind of we're looking to see you in your prime or at the belt or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
As in,
if
like,
you got 30 fights in the UFC coming into the UFC, they're going to give you the Alice Pereira treatment. You're going straight to fight for the belt. First fight.
Yeah, and Alex Pereira fought twice before he fought for the belt, though. I think it was his third.
And he had an extensive kickboxing resume, though.
Yeah, he definitely was that dude before he came over. That's why they signed him. In addition to the beef with Izzy, but like he like cold fucking knocked out Strickland before he fought Izzy.
Dude, without Izzy, he never makes it to the UFC. Probably.
Who knows?
Age wise, he was older. I think they just pushed the fact he was still deadly, but I mean, why you just wonder why he waited? Izzy's been in the game. He waited till Izzy had been in the game too. Why not come earlier when you're younger?
Yeah.
Even if it's only 3 years, 33 versus 36. I'm sure you was a bad motherfucker at 33 too.
This shit is crazy right here, okay? Just for context, because he fought obviously forever before he came to the UFC. But Alex Pereira's MMA pro MMA record is 12-3.
15 fights.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is fucking crazy, dude. And like, oh man.
I ain't gonna lie though, dude. Until his last fight, man, I'm still a believer though. But dude, the way he just dominated everybody.
Yeah.
He just came in and dominated. He just almost seemed like he was in. I'm talking about Izzy's weight class. Even though his last fight he lost against Izzy, but dude, couldn't nobody fuck with him, dude.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I agree. But
the biggest problem is, bro, we ain't never seen no ground shit from him.
Yeah.
He kind of got pick and choose, dude. They put stand and bang guys with him.
I think it's just the timing, the way that it worked out. I mean, the guys that were at the top of the heap have been strikers as well. But let's see. Canelo Alvarez, what do you think his record is? Like, I mean, do you have an arbitrary number?
I don't keep up with boxing, but I'll take a guess. Boxing, let me see. I'm gonna say 37-2.
He is. Let's see. He is 63-2.
Oh, I got the 2 right there.
Yeah, you did. I know he lost to that dude that was like bigger than him. He like went up to
yeah,
and he also lost to Dimitri Belleville, whatever his name is. But he lost to Floyd. He said Dimitri Bivol. That's the guy that he lost. That it was for light heavyweight title, and then he had also lost to Floyd many moons ago. obviously 2013. Speaking of Floyd, this is a little off topic. Only reason I was bringing up his record is because look how many fights that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a fuckload of fights. And I got right here, Alex Volkanovski in professional MMA fights. Alex Volkanovski is 27-4.
Great record.
Yeah, great record.
Yeah, that's so much more. 27-4, and you MMA is amazing. 27-4 in boxing, you'd be a fucking scrub.
Yeah, cooked. Get out of here. Go fight for Jake Paul.
Like, bitch, you better be 27-1 max.
Yeah. Let's see. And then, okay, so what I was about to say is, did you see that? Okay, two more things. We'll talk about box for a minute, and then we'll shut her down. But first and foremost, and I'm definitely got another point I want to make. Did you hear that Manny Pacquiao is coming back to fight for a belt?
What? For a belt?
Yes. Hang on just a second. I'll find
Well, you're talking about getting a just leapfrog because of your name.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, exactly.
What if you're the first guy up? You got to be pissed. If you're the number one contender, like, what the fuck? This dude comes out of retirement?
Imagine you're the dude with the belt, and you're like, I got to fucking fight Manny Pacquiao? This is bullshit.
And when's the last time Pac-Man fought?
Let's see. Oh, man, I'm about to find out. Okay, right here. Oh, Mario Barrios is who he's fighting, and that guy's a bad man. Okay, the impending return of 8 division champion Manny Pacquiao appears to be all but confirmed. WBC President Marcio Solimian, whatever his name is, spoke to Boxing King Media about WC welterweight champion Mario Barrios, probably pronouncing that wrong, next title defense. Solimian, these guys got some wild names, confirmed that the current plan for Barrios is to face Pacquiao in the summer. So, yeah, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to face Manny Pacquiao in July. And, of course, it will be in Saudi Arabia, allegedly. No surprise there.
Yeah, they throwing money, dude. They can make anybody come out of retirement fight.
Hey, they can do whatever they want, and that's why my second thing I was going to bring up. Did you hear the main fight for Dana White and the Prince's first fight card under TKO for their boxing promotion? Did you hear what the first fight's going to be? It's going to be Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford.
Damn.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, Canelo is that dude to some degree.
I'm putting my money on Canelo.
Yeah, but also Terrence Crawford. People have been wanting this fight with Canelo and Terrence Crawford for like 2 or 3 years now because
I'm saying it's like a super fight.
Yeah, and that is Dana White and the Prince of fucking Saudi Arabia. And don't get me wrong, I'll be the first one.
He's about to make his money off boxing too.
I'll be the first one to shit on Saudi money, but them doing what they're doing and boxing being so international as it is, I mean, Canelo Alvarez isn't even an American. So, I mean, for the sake of which I say that about the Saudi money shit, because I'd be like the PGA Tour and everybody kind of cucking out to Saudi Arabia for the money and shit. But that's a whole nother conversation that I would be glad to have, just not right now. But not because we'll talk about it for forever. But
Trump gonna make them bring it back, bro. He's gonna hit them with sports tariffs. For doing
did you see the shit that they just said with the movies? They're doing like movie tariffs.
Oh hell no, they're going too far.
He tried to say something like movies that are made outside of America by American production company. I'm like, hey, relax, dude. Like, let's not get carried away here. Right. Like, I'm trying to ride, but no,
he's making it difficult.
Yeah, exactly. He absolutely is. Oh shit, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, but that's huge, man. That is huge news. Because and I'm saying it more in the sense of like, let's just say I'm speaking from the lens of like being a Dana White fan. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's sick, dude. Hell yeah, Dana's the man. Like, the Prince. I mean, obviously, the Prince is the one with the blank checkbook. But like, I'm not saying Dana ain't got money and TKO doesn't have any money.
Does that Prince have enough money to make Dana put Jake Paul on the card?
Oh man, against who?
Who cares? I'm just saying he makes him put Jake Paul versus somebody on the card. Dana White has to put Jake Paul as a prelim fight to the.
I think
as an undercard. It wouldn't be a prelim undercard.
there's no way.
Oh, I believe there's enough money. Now, would they give him that much? Obviously not. Probably not. But I think Dana White's a businessman.
The only reason why I would say like it wouldn't, the Prince wouldn't do it in such a like. I don't think that and this is not me just trying to shoot him bail. I just think that there's like enough mutual respect that the only way that it would happen is if Dana was down with it and it made the most sense. Because like
Right.
I mean, and Dana will even say shit like that too, not necessarily about Jake Paul, but it'd be like, does it make any sense? Does this make any sense? You know, it's got you got to make money and it's got to make sense. It's got to be.
Doesn't
you know,
make sense, and this motherfucker creates fucking super slap, fucking bot,
Hey.
whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, but apparently, according to Dana and Rumble, apparently it's the slap boxing shit. It goes hard and it does what it's supposed to do and it makes money. Like there's like it's viral.
That's what he claims, dude. He claims
Yeah.
he's fucking killing it.
Yeah,
Just
I
like
mean,
telling you all the growth.
and when he says all that stuff, I'm just like, hey, whatever you say, man. I mean, my thing is like I see. The
I don't
videos-
care that it's violent, bro. It's just not entertaining to me.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. My thing is the fact that like I watch people. To me, it's like I play Grand Theft Auto 5 all day, every day, and then you give me Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'm like, holy shit, this shit is awesome. And after about a month and a half, about a week and a half after I beat it, I'm going back to Grand Theft Auto 5, dude. This
Right.
shit is just way cooler. Like ultimately at the end of the day, like I like I would rather drive a car than ride a horse. I'd rather shoot an automatic weapon than have to reload after every shot. That was great. This is great what you gave me, but I much prefer to just watch UFC, and you make that so easily accessible for me. Like I don't feel like I have to watch all the reruns of who got slapped. I will watch Paige Van Zandt get slapped and slap as many times as she's on that screen, but other than that, I do not care that much.
Right.
Or even I'll give it the benefit of the doubt because it's not like I don't watch those clips. Yeah, I like watching those clips of those dudes getting slapped. But you can give me like 3 real videos worth of the highlight slaps of the past 3 events, and that's enough for me. That's all it takes for me is to watch 3 minutes
Right.
of people.
Show me
getting
like
wrecked.
the craziest. Yeah, I can just take a few. Show me the few like fucking craziest shit. That big Samoan motherfucker every now and then or whatever.
Right.
Just stone colding people out. But for one, I would never pay to go to an event.
Yeah.
We're not even gonna talk about that. Speaking of events, bro, we got to fucking go.
Oh yes, New Orleans, Louisiana, Smoothie King Center. What's the date? The
July
19th. July 19th. Dustin Poirier versus Max Holloway. And hey, who knows what else might be on that card? I mean, it might not
We
be.
don't
nobody
even know
on the card.
yet. No, I think they would stack that a little bit. You would think.
It's
Dustin's
gonna be
last one. Come on.
Are they gonna make it a pay-per-view or is it just a fight night?
Bro, what the fuck? It's the BMFL, bro. It's gonna be it's gonna be pay-per-view, bro. Come on.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. Come on. It's UFC 318.
Is it really?
Yeah, UFC
Okay.
318.
Well then, yeah. that'll be.
Yeah, but it don't have nobody else on the card.
Yeah, I mean it's still a little ways away, so they got to fill the card out. You think Michael Chandler's not going to fight that soon? Who do you think they could put on there?
Well, there's so many people on schedule already too, so I don't know who that's not already fighting.
It's not going to be
because there's a lot of fights. There's several fights before then that guys are fighting in, so it's not going to be none of them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Let's see right here.
You would think they'd stack it up pretty good for Dustin.
I mean, you'd think.
He don't, but at the same time, Dustin don't need no. You know what I'm saying?
No,
that ain't the card you got to stack. He got more Max.
Really neither. Yeah, I was gonna say really neither does Max, but I kind of wish there was more fights on here though. Now, who fights in New Orleans? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fighters that they're going to be like, "Hey, if you're from the South and you want to get on this fight, this is the one."
Oh God, I hope Bryce don't fight again. I hope he's done.
Dude, man, I'm so glad he lost.
Oh my God.
I
knew he would never win again. Well, no, he did. He won one after that bad knockout. But I knew
Oh my God, I forgot about
Did
that.
the same about that. Is one of the worst knockouts I've ever seen, bro.
Yeah, Josh
I
Emmett
was
was the guy
genuinely
who
worried
punched
about
him.
his health after that,
Yeah.
but he came back and won one after that.
How wonder he's. I didn't realize until this last fight how small he was. Because I'm realizing now that he fought Josh Emmett. And Josh,
Fucking eat nothing but squirrel and shit.
yeah, Josh Emmett is a featherweight, I believe, is what they that belt that what's really crazy is the belt that Volk and them have been that Volk has been holding on to, and then he lost to Ilya Tapore, the guy we haven't mentioned at all tonight. But that
He's
belt,
another one want to get the belt and not fight.
yeah, no shit. But I think they're trying to hold him up I think they were trying to hold him up because they wanted him to fight a super fight in like Spain. But now they're saying that he's going to be at lightweight because he relinquished his belt and Volk got it back. And he's going to go fight at lightweight. And he's even saying that he might not even go fight for the belt right away. They're talking about him potentially fighting Charles. But it's Charles might be booked already, right?
Yeah. Let me just see. Oh no, I don't know if I've seen him both or anything.
Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know why. They got Abu Dhabi.
Let me see. Charles Oliveira. His last one was in November of 24 against Chandler. I don't see nothing coming up.
Me neither. Hey, that guy that fucking that Dustin Poirier posterized is fighting this weekend. His name's like Saint Denis or Saint Denis.
Yeah. That big old boy that he knocked out, then got the fight for the belt after it.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Dude, I thought Dustin was about to get murdered by that big old John, dude.
Me too. And that was when everybody was like, yeah, Dustin's probably gonna retire if he loses this fight. And sure enough, that man he fucking put some pieces on him. Hey, I got a signed what's his name? Something Hill. What's it? Jamal Hill. I have a signed Jamal Hill card. So if he wins his fight against Roundtree Jr.
I can't believe he's still getting fights, dude.
Jamal Hill or Roundtree?
Jamal Hill, dude. I think he's got fucked up his last two fights.
Yeah, he's on
a good little losing streak right now.
He like randomly got the belt, right? And then after he randomly got the belt, he relinquished it. And then eventually he fought for the belt again and got mopped. And then he fought the other boy, the samurai boy, and he got mopped. Yeah, because when he fought for the belt against Pereira, he kicked Pereira in the dick, and then they told the ref, "I'm fine," or he did whatever,
and then he did that old step on his foot shit.
Yeah, and then knocked him out, and it was crazy.
Dude, he's got the stupidest fucking tattoo.
Which one?
Jamal Hill, dude.
Oh yeah.
Thumbs ups. What the hell is that shit? It's like Mickey Mouse's hands.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. That shit is really bad. And this font for this over here, man, yeah, that's rough, brother. You got to do something else.
You on TV without your shirt on pay-per-view.
Yeah. And I mean, you're not broke. You know what I'm saying? You're not broke. So you could get some tattoos.
Cover that shit up. At least see a little something.
Damn, see, this is crazy when I see shit like this. UFC Fight Night, Hill versus Roundtree. Go down the fight card. Okay, and then you start seeing people with fucked up eyes. You don't even know who they are. They got crazy ass names that look like AI tried to come up with a name. And then you get all the way down here to the bottom and you see Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades is ranked 5th in the heavyweight division, but like he has been relegated to like the very bottom of the fucking prelims in Baku Crystal Hall, Baku, Azerbaijan.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like the bag must be shrimp. And I think about stuff like that. I'm like, hey, do I have to pay to get there? Because, geez, bro.
Why do you even still fight, though? Unless you just got hopes of working your way back up. But you have to know that's a hard climb that ain't happening. And if you're making peanuts, why keep doing it? He's got to be making peanuts.
Yeah. I mean, he's ranked number 5. He's in the heavyweight division. He's been fighting for a while. But he's never won when it mattered the most. His last fight was actually against Tom Aspinall, and Tom Aspinall lost. But the only reason he lost was because his leg broke or some shit while he was in the fight.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, let's see. Actually, Curtis Blades has won. I mean, I'm sitting here talking shit, bro. Curtis Blades has fought a lot of fights, and he's won a lot of fights. Hold on, where is the last time Curtis Blades lost? This shit right here says Curtis Blades hasn't lost since. I got to be tripping. Okay, yeah, 2021. That makes sense. Damn, he's fought a lot.
It's since 2021 or just in general?
Okay, yeah, in 2021 he lost to Derek Lewis. But then he won against Rosenstruck, and then he won against Dawkins, and then he won against Tom Aspinall, and then he won against Pavlo Pavlich. I'm tripping. He did not win against Pavlich. That's the fight I remember him losing.
That's the Samurai dude.
Yeah, and he lost to Curtis Blades. And then he lost to Tom Aspinall. I'm looking at all this shit wrong. That's why I was like, I don't understand.
But he fought Aspinall again and lost?
No. Yeah. So the first fight was in 2022, and then they fought again against each other last year, and Tom Aspinall beat him in 1 minute. So that was when he fucked up his leg in the first fight, and then the second fight he didn't. So Curtis Blades justifiably is ranked 5th, but also ironically enough, he's been fighting for a long ass time. He is 18-5. But you still know his name because it's MMA, and all it takes is 2 or 3 fights, and you can get right back up there if you're in the top 10.
Dude, I think Aspinall beats the shit out of Jones.
Do you really?
I think the only way he don't is this. I'm not gonna say beat shit out of him.
Sure.
If Jones could get a hold of him, and Jones can't stand with him.
Yeah.
But Tom Aspinall's pretty good on the ground too, dude. He's a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
His ground and pound is fucking serious. It was almost like the Brock Lesnar thing. He's so fucking big.
Yeah.
That it's just hard to see Jones. Just try to imagine Jones knocking him out or something. Unless Jones can get him on the ground, keep him on the ground, and get him in something. I just don't see it. I mean, Jones is old. He's a lot younger. Jones is out of his prime. This dude's in his prime.
Yeah.
If I had to put money on it, I'm going Aspinall.
If the game, I'll say this, and I mean, who knows? I probably would put my money on whoever the underdog is, just so I could try to make some money. But if I had to pick just for a scenario, and I don't think that I don't know, maybe you could bet on this, but I don't. If the fight goes out of the second round, John Jones is going to win.
Yeah, right.
Because for one, and this is I would say not as much just because Tom Aspinall always gets done with his fights really quick, but because of the fact that John Jones has proved himself in every round multiple times. You know what I'm saying? He's finished motherfuckers in the first round in all areas of his career, in recent history and in, early history. And he's fought wars until the end of the 5th round. And, to me, that just goes to show. And then on top of that, I don't think Tom Aspinall is going to be able to contain his energy for too long. Maybe he can. We've never had to see him do it though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. And usually
I know I really want to fucking see.
9 times out of 10, it takes going that distance and somebody losing before they actually are able to prepare like that. But I also could be wrong. You also don't sit around for 2 years waiting on John Jones to fight you and not prepare. You know what I'm saying? It's
not that I'm not doubting Jones' greatness.
Sure.
But it's just the point in his career. And how many times has he fought over the last fucking 5 years?
Yeah, twice.
He's not active, right? And you're going to fight the killer of the division. That's when I was the killer of that division.
Yeah.
that's in his prime, it's like fucking ransacking people right now.
Yeah, and the only reason he's not he hasn't been ransacking people in the past year, Tom Aspinall, that is because his last time he fought was in July, I believe, last July against Curtis Blades. And I mean, the only reason he hasn't been fighting since then is because he's been waiting to fucking fight John Jones. Otherwise, he probably would have had at least another 2 names under his belt.
Right. I mean, but he's worked his way up. Jones got the belt. What do you do?
Yeah.
Just keep fighting motherfuckers for the money?
Yeah. And it's like, or you just wait and you fight John Jones and make some pretty good money and get the belt and beat John Jones. To me, that would almost be, I mean, as someone who's
It's
not
almost like what John's waiting for him to take other fights and lose.
Yeah.
As soon as he loses, the hype for him to fight Jones is over. Jones like, I told you he was a scrub.
Absolutely. And the thing is John don't need the fucking money.
Oh, hell no.
You know what I'm saying? I promise you that Aspinall needs the money more than Jones does. John Jones be acting in movies and shit. He's been way more active online since, he has actually fought against Stipe. Once the Stipe fight was over, it's like John Jones's a bit of mysticism has vanished a little bit.
I just wish he didn't have the real chink on his armor to me is it seems like, same thing with Floyd. He ducks fights.
Yeah.
And I like my champion to fight anybody, whoever.
Yeah, or lose it, or lose the belt, man, and then you can retire and be as great as you were. But like, I hate this because like all we're gonna get is like, I don't know. I guess I understand it to a degree, but in the same breath, it's like as someone who doesn't have to get punched or have to take the that 1 or lose my 0 or whatever it may be, like as someone who doesn't have that on the line. I just feel like in my head, I'm like, there's no baton passing. You're not going to give anyone the chance to be that person that smoked you. You know what I'm saying? Or that like took you out fair and square. I don't know. Like, I feel like I almost wish that Dominic Reyes would have beat John Jones that time just so it wouldn't be the same type of like, oh my God, he's got a 0 when he went to heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have lost to Dominic Reyes because he retired after that. He beat He didn't retire, excuse me. That's when he left and was like, "Yeah, I'm moving up to heavyweight." Was after that fight, which is crazy because of how long ago that was. And then he came to heavyweight and he's fought twice since then.
Yeah.
But look, let's wrap this thing up, dude. We're almost at 2 hours, which is fine, totally fine. I've enjoyed the conversation.
Hell yeah, good test run.
Yeah, so episode 1 in the books for the show that we're gonna name.
Yeah, eventually. I'll talk to you. We'll holler at you this week about it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're gonna work it up. Now that we've got us a episode in the books, we've become we've figured out kind of what our landscape is while we're recording this, and we'll figure out what we can do with it. Now we'll know to have our backdrops and our computers charged, all that other good shit.
Yeah.
And we'll see if one thing also to anybody who's happened to stick around and tune in for this long, I think we're going to try to see about working in the idea of doing like special reoccurring segments, because that is one thing that I like as someone who, if I'm not listening to like say a podcast where people are just talking, you know what I'm saying? I do, which that's pretty much what we're doing, but still, I like the idea of having reoccurring segments, but we probably will need people to help us out and figure out what we should do. Like I kind of want the wisdom of the crowd advice on that too.
Oh yeah, I think it would be pretty easy to get something naturally to come out.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the idea of like doing top whatevers, but I don't want to be so broad that we feel obligated to keep up with every sport. But I also, I know that everyone.
Some sports I just refuse, dog.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't imagine. Yeah, if we start getting paid for this ever, maybe I'll start paying attention to pickleball. But for now, I'm good on the fucking pickleball.